together to make them mad. If a nigga play, we gon' do him bad. Cause blood couldn't make us any closer. Blood couldn't make us any closer.
Hey guys, it's the OK Nation. I'm Kiana. I'm Kira. Welcome back to another video. So before we get into the happenings of today's video, we want to let you all know that we have 5 other videos on our main channel that we have posted within the past few weeks. We've been being consistent. So go tune into those and then come back and watch this one. And then we're also, make sure y'all are checking our description box because we have our season 1 and season 2 playlists for our That's Just Double K Nation videos that y'all can go watch as well to see how the previous season and this season so far have been going. So with that being said, in today's video, we're going to be doing another episode of That's Just Double K Nation. Y'all, it's so loud. Move. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so today's topic is going to be about screaming. Males and females respecting parents' rules. That goes for children, and then like once you start dating and all of that. So the first part of that topic that we're going to talk about is curfew. Yeah. So we didn't really have a curfew until we got, it was our late teens. Was it 17? So we didn't, well, no, it had to be, we didn't get our license until we were 18, so it had to be around there, 17 or 18. But we still live at home with our mom, so if she wanted us home by a certain time, I thought that was pretty feasible. Which, her curfew for us wasn't really all that bad. Our curfew is 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I thought it was 10. Oh. But I think it's always been 1 o'clock. Oh. Because before we even started dating, we were hanging out with our best friends at the time. And we would be out with them. But most of the time we would spend the night over there, so we never really came home. But if we were coming home, our curfew was 1 o'clock. But just to kind of dig into that, if your parents set a time, if you're still living in your parents' house and they set a time for you to be home, you need to make sure that you honor that, because if you honor that, that means that they will know that they can trust you, and they might either lift the curfew or they might extend it to a different or longer period of time. Next one, it is dating age. Y'all know our or I don't know. Y'all know our story or my story. Yeah, we started dating when we were like 11 or 12. I can't remember. I think we're gonna go with 12. I feel like it was, I don't know, somewhere 11 or 14. Yeah, for me. For ages her. We weren't supposed to be dating. Yeah, our age was 16, which now looking back, I understand, because stuff I was dealing with at 11, 12, 13, I was not mentally prepared, nor was I mentally capable of dealing with what I had to deal with and what I went through. For me, it was just, no, I should have listened. Like, because at that age, I was a kid, so I was dealing with kids. But the way that I'm an intentional dater. I don't ever go into a relationship without an intention for that relationship. Whether it be a friendship, a boyfriend, family, whoever, I have intentions for that relationship. So that has always been how I've been, especially when it came to dating. I don't like to pointlessly date. That's just not me. I find no purpose in it. I hate wasting my time. So if I'm going into a relationship with you, friendship with you, whatever with you, I would like it for it to last. Which, seeing that now, it got me into a lot of heartbreak, or it got my feelings hurt a lot when I was younger. Because they weren't looking to date until we got married at 11 through 14. Yeah. Anyways, so same goes for me. We've always been intentional with our relationships and dating. Now, I can't say the same for when I was in kindergarten, but since, I actually started dating, like, as I got older, like 11, 12, 13, I've always been intentional, whether we were talking or if we were actually dating in a relationship or whatever. But yeah. Next topic is dating requirements when allowed, which basically goes along with the age.
Yeah.
But that also goes along with, like, if your parents say you can't go anywhere alone with the boy until you're a certain age, or you can't go anywhere alone with a boy boy or girl after a certain period of time. Like, they say you can't be out with them past 10 o'clock, or you can't be out with them past 8 o'clock, whatever. You need to honor that as well, again, so that your parents will see that they can trust you because you're following the rules that they already have set for you. And, which that may never, come up above 10 o'clock, because even as I've gotten older, I've realized some guys just don't know how to act after 10 o'clock.
Yeah, you
And
can
quite
get into
frankly,
some stuff you've been trying to get into fooling with dudes.
Literally.
Or females after 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Have your butt in the house at 10 o'clock.
Because,
Let me tell you.
yeah, no. It's a no for me. May not be your story, but that's fine. It's a no for me. I don't particularly like it, because 10 seconds ago we were talking about our favorite Bible verses, and now you're asking me what I have on, and oh, and just to let y'all know, that is a complete turn off. Like, it's not attractive. I don't like it.
It's kind of creepy.
Like, I have on my prayer shawl. What about you? What about
my
you?
prayer cloth? Bowing before the Lord on your behalf. How about that?
Like,
You get to talk about Jesus, they get turned off real quick.
and that's how you know they ain't for you. Because, look, I'm always mention God.
Some way about it. I'm talking
Always.
about Jesus.
He's been to this. But yeah, so just make sure that you're honoring the rules that your parents have set for you as far as dating goes. That's for your safety, because they've been kids, so they know how it goes. They're not, okay, there's a healthy way to do it, and then there's a toxic parent way to do it.
Yeah.
Prayerfully, your parents are taking the healthy way to do it.
Yeah.
However, we've been raised around toxic parents our whole entire lives. We do apologize if this offends anyone. However, we are speaking our truth, and we are being honest. This is what this platform is for. If you want to have a discussion about it, we can do it in the comments, whatever. But most of our parents were raised by toxic parents. You do what I say, you do as I say, not as I do. But you're not being an example
That part.
of what not to do.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me not to do something, but you're not giving me a reason why. And parents, that is absolutely okay to explain yourself to your children, because we get brought up told not to cuss, but we see you cussing. You don't tell us the the consequences of cursing. I've been trying to break this cursing spirit I've been cussing since I was in 5th grade.
Yeah.
And I'm still trying to break that curse. You don't tell the consequences of that, and then you also don't, one of the ones that we have heard literally our entire lives is don't have sex before marriage. But you are not telling us why. So that makes me curious, and it's like, oh, well, you're doing it.
So it's got to be good.
Right. So if I'm not supposed to do it, why are you doing it? The whole thing is, y'all will say, well, I'm just going to say y'all as a generalization, not as specific people or parents or anybody that's been around us. However, it's been mostly the people that have been around us. Y'all say, don't have sex before marriage, but you're doing it. And then you're not giving me a reason why. So I'm seeing the example that's set before me, and it's not making any sense. It's like, well, you told me not to do it, but you do it. Mm-hmm. Is it really this bad thing? So now I'm curious, and now I want to go find out. Well, it can't be too bad.
Right.
Can't be too...
Got you acting a certain type of way and stuff. Let me see what that's about.
Exactly. It makes you curious. It makes your kids curious. So if you're going to tell me not to do something, even as an adult, if you're going to tell me not to do something, I need an explanation, because what's so bad about it?
Right.
What is so bad about it?
And at the end of the day, for kids, actions speak louder than words. Yes, you're telling me not to do it, but your actions are saying otherwise. Because I see you acting crazy about Tommy, Dick, and Jane. Over. Okay, go.
But yeah, it's that's just a little pro tip. Just from us being kids and what we've experienced growing up, this is a tip for parents. Take it or leave it. We're just trying to help, because then maybe you can see from a kid's perspective what it looks like. Like, why is my kid not listening to me? Why are they not adhering to my instructions in warnings? It has to be effective. And for me, I need an explanation for it to be effective, whether you like it or not. That is how some kids are. Like, some kids are going to be the kids that you have to spank, and then some kids are the kids that you're going to be gentle parents with. There's a lot of people against gentle parenting. However, not every kid needs to be beat to be disciplined.
That part.
Also, we've taken psychology classes, and I just took a child psychology class. So I'm kind of, our minds are geared different now because we've taken that class. So we kind of understand children on a different level.
Children in toxic parents' households.
And witnessing toxic parent households.
Yeah.
With various children.
So I used to be the kid that I was like, yeah, I'm beating my kids for sure, because that's how I was raised. So, but taking my classes for my major, I'm like, okay, yeah, I could be a gentle parent. Like, for other people's kids, I be seeing them and be saying, beat them. But then I'd be like, no, you just need to take a different way, because beating your kids all the time is not going to be effective. It's going to make them abusive towards, for some, it's going to make them abusive towards others, and for some, it's going to be like, okay, yeah, I'm never doing that again because I don't want my mother to beat me, or I don't want my father to punch me, or whatever, however you discipline your kids.
Exactly. And that worked for me for certain stuff, but other times it's like, no, like, I needed you to listen to me. I was trying to tell you what was wrong. And also, giving your children negative or positive attention is going to gear them to think, well, I got attention when I did that, so let me do that some more. Like, y'all have to continuously tell your kids, stop, don't do that, because you're paying it. Not to say ignore them, but wait until, like, I don't know how to explain it, but negative or positive attention, you pay attention to what you are reacting to, basically. Just like y'all say, every action, or what is that?
Doesn't deserve a reaction.
Yeah. Like, that goes the same with parenting. Like, kids just cut it out. Shut it down. But it's all. You have to be effective in what you do. Anyways, this is not a parenting class. But just a little insight from some kids' perspective. But of course, y'all know we back up everything that we say with scripture. Because again, these are just our opinions. The first one we're going to look at is Matthew 19 and 19. Honor your father and your mother and love your neighbor as yourself.
Ephesians 6 and 2 through 3. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with the promise, so that it may go well with you and that you may have a long life in the land. 4 also says, fathers, don't stir up anger in your children, but bring them up in the training and instruction of the Lord. A lot of parents don't like to go to the 4th verse, because a lot of parents we know are in the mindset of, I'm right, you're wrong, I'm big, you're small. Comment what movie y'all know that from.
Okay, and then Matthew 15 and 4. For God said, honor your father and your mother, and whoever speaks evil of father or mother must be put to death.
Wow.
That wasn't very good grammar. But I'm
not you dissecting the Bible. It's grammar.
Well, because it just says, and whoever speaks evil of father or mother. Like, instead of saying your or their father or mother. You know, whatever. Anyways, honor your father or mother, you'll be put to death. Easy, right? You know what? Let me not play, because it's not easy to be nice to parents that ain't nice to you. And I applaud everyone that is doing it.
The next scripture is Exodus 20 and 12. Honor your father and your mother so that you may have a long life in the land that the Lord your God is giving you.
Y'all, honestly, I knew some of these, but some of these I didn't know. And I didn't realize it was in the Bible so much.
So basically, y'all are getting the thing. Honor your father and your mother. Now, I know there are those of you who have broken relationships or toxic relationships, unhealthy relationships with your parents. But that's what the Bible says, because at the end of the day, you only get one mother and one father. And I really hate saying that, but it's true.
I mean, you can pray for reconciliation,
and he will
or you can pray for
definitely
them
do
to
it.
die early. I mean, I don't know.
Connor.
I'm just saying.
Connor.
We have to be honest with ourselves. Some people don't want their parents to live. Now, I pray that the latter is not the case for you. But, you know, I know there are people who don't have the best relationships with their parents. And it breaks my heart, but, you know.
And we're proof, because on both sides, with our mom and our dad, our relationships were very toxic. We're not healthy at all. And now you wouldn't know. You would never know. You would never know.
Both of them. Go to them about everything.
It's been a journey. But 3, each of you is to respect his mother and father. You are to keep my Sabbaths. I am the Lord your God.
The last scripture is Proverbs 6:20-22. My son, keep your father's command and don't reject your mother's teaching. Always bind them to your heart, tie them around your neck. When you walk here and there, they will guide you. When you lie down, they will watch over you. When you wake up, they will talk to you.
Okay. All right, so that is basically it. Again, y'all get the gist of the whole subject. Basically, just honor your father and your mother. Do what they're... Let me see how I can word this. I mean, follow instructions, because I'm quite sure they're not, I pray to God, they are not telling you to do something that will be harmful to yourself or anybody else. Mm-hmm. Now, you have a spirit of discernment that you can use, so you can discern what is good for the betterment of you and those around you. But if it's not causing any harm and it's not going to end up affecting you negatively, adhere to the instructions. Now,
there is a way to respectfully question your parents, though. Yes. So if you're not understanding why they're saying don't do this or do that, then respectfully ask them. Even if you're grown, you still have to be respectful to your parents.
And you are allowed to set those boundaries.
Definitely. Set them as early as you can, honestly. Don't allow anybody, especially your parents, to disrespect you.
That's pretty much it.
We're probably going to ruffle some feathers with this video, but it's okay.
We are here to talk about the topics that no one wants to discuss.
And, you know, maybe this will be the courage a child needs to go to their parents and have the discussion they've been needing to have, or maybe it'll spark a light under a parent's behind and make them want to go fix their relationship with their kid.
So that's going to bring us to the end of this video. We would like it if you'd all leave a like, comment, and subscribe. See you later, lovelies.
Hey, I asked if you were ready. I don't think that you are. I do not think that you are. Is that better? Is that better? No, my head. You need your Chivix? Oh, yeah. That's the one with yours. Okay. One minute, you're 20 seconds of foolery. Are you ready? I don't think you are. How are you gonna do this? You're laughing.
I can't do it.
Okay. No, if you don't take the tail around that corner. I'm kidding.
All right.
Culture, though.